Hello and welcome. I had originally thought that I'll focus on the IPL and try and understand that if IPL performances can be an index of forming the team for the upcoming T20 World Cup in terms of the final 11. But then I thought I must give you some, all of us have been thinking and talking about the way Rohit Sharma, the batsman, played in England in the Test match arena. And it is very important that it is put out in the public domain, the inside story of the transformation. I have been debating this. I have been debating this in my mind, if I should say it. Then I realized I think it should be said. It is very important that this information or the real story is put out in the public domain as to how Rohit Sharma became the kind of batsman, the way we saw him bat in England. It is extremely important to put this out in the public domain. So it was a bit of a, I myself was asking myself this question. Should it be put out? Should I say all this? But as I said, it's important. The transformation doesn't happen overnight. The transformation just doesn't happen, excuse me. The transformation just doesn't happen based on potential or talent. Everybody knows Rohit Sharma is talented. But this England series, Sachin Tendulkar saying Rohit Sharma batted a notch above. Everybody is talking about Rohit Sharma batting a notch above. Let me tell you the backstory to that. When the Indian team prepares, goes to the net, Rohit Sharma is the opening batsman. Rohit Sharma does not go and bat till the time the bowlers are all ready to come in at 100%. So he wants the bowlers to attack him from ball one, simulating and recreating the exact way that England bowlers would have attacked him in a test match. And from what I know, he's absolutely crystal clear in his mind that he doesn't want to go into the nets till the bowlers are fully warmed up and bowling at 100% full tilt. From what I have come to know and have heard, he's said to have spoken to the management on this. That Paji, mujhe tab tak batting karne ke liye mat bolna jab tak everybody is not fully ready. And he will want, and that's how he prepares. He recreates the match situation. He simulates the match situation and he gets the best bowlers to come at him full throttle. That's how he prepared himself for this England series. It was almost an inner call. It was almost an inner call from Rohit Sharma that he has to excel. Look at the way he's transformed himself as a batter. Think the nuance, just think. That you are an opening batsman, naturally you will go into the net. Naturally the bowlers who will get the ball will go and bowl a few looseners, will bowl a few warm-up balls, and it's okay. This guy doesn't want to play even a single loosener. He wants to be attacked from ball one to ensure that his preparation is 200%. Fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. If you want perfection in that league, if you are pushing for perfection in that league, it is only natural that you will get perfection in that league. Look at the kind of commitment. And by the way, I've spoken to many people. And that is why I said I was not sure if I should put it out or not. But it is very important to Sachin, for example, said that he's batting a notch high. How? Why? How did this come about? We have seen Rohit play red ball cricket. We have seen Rohit around being there in the last several years. But the kind of batsmanship that was on exhibition in England was unbelievable. And that is the transformation that one wants to really know. The backstory to the transformation, that is now giving us the Rohit Sharma that we are seeing. Tremendous. Tremendous. And obviously, I can't name the sources, multiple. And I've got it corroborated from many people that this is the kind of diligence, the kind of commitment, and the kind of determination with which Rohit Sharma trained in the United Kingdom between the WTC and the Test series. It was almost like he was in a bit of a trance. Has to do it. Unbelievable act. Let me see if there are some questions on Rohit, and there's plenty to talk about. Good evening, Aryan, Sachin Chaudhary, happy Hindi day. Sir, what a split captaincy. What a split captaincy is complete bullshit. That's what it is. Austin Dikuna, do you think Hasaranga can be an X factor? I'll answer that. I'll come to RCB. Take my name, Devi Prasad Poti. Taken your name, of course, my friend. Can I come on your show during IPL, Austin? I will talk about that plan as well. Boryada, looking at the replacements of IPL team, think who is balanced. Okay. Aditya Thapa, why are you not taking questions, sir? We will take questions, sir. Aditya Thapa, tell me your question. Can players like Chahal, Iyer, Deepak have a great IPL make? No. Austin, you cannot now make it to the 11, only the reserves. So that part is now gone. Shardul Thakur be in the playing 11 only if somebody gets injured. Otherwise not, he's in the reserves. Ritoban, what do you think is the reason behind Besto Malan Vokes opting out? Tough to answer, but the kind of replacements that we've got, Malan, Aiden Markram has done brilliant in that Sri Lanka match. 3 wickets, then batting 1 down. I don't think that's a bad replacement at all. Tushar Garje, hi. Boryada, hi. Will players from Sri Lanka, South Africa series be available? Maybe missing the first game, but otherwise, yes. Did you promise Rohit will come? Of course we'll. I mean, and that's why I was giving you the Rohit Sharma story. Avinash, absolutely. I mean, it's a celebration of Rohit and we will get Rohit. Good evening, Borya. What's your thoughts on Aksar over Krunal Pandya? You see, I've answered this, but I will say this again. Plenty of you have asked me about the number of spinners. And the answer to the number of spinners is everyone knows that the size of the grounds, आप clear नहीं कर सकते हो. आप 2 बार मारोगे, 3 बार मारोगे, clear करोगे, आप out हो सकते हो. Because the size of the grounds are that big. This is not Sharjah. This is not Sharjah. Thak, gone. No. So clearly the spinners will be very, very important. Aksar is a better bowler. No debate. And clearly, and he's batted decently enough for DC, he's batted decently enough in IPL. So it's not a bad call. Krunal and Yuzvendra Chahal have done very well in the past. Might feel sort of disappointed in missing out, but I see the logic. I do see the logic. The question that I was asking about IPL, I do think IPL performances can tweak it. For example, Ishan Kishan. I think Ishan Kishan has been taken into this Indian team, from what I know, to make him that fearless floater, give him the opportunity, go tomp the ball. Now, if he has a superb second half of the IPL, this IPL, he absolutely can push his way into the final 11. Can. Absolutely can. Because you need that X factor, and in the Indian team, the X factor is Surya, the X factor is Rishabh, the X factor is Hardik, the X factor can be Ishan. Obviously, Rohit, Rahul, Virat are incredible pedigree. But that is, for example, one person I will be very keen on watching in the IPL. India clearly has gone in with one fast bowler shot on the assumption that Hardik will bowl 4 overs. I will be very, very keen on watching how Hardik bowls in the IPL for MI. Extremely keen to see what pace he bowls, how he bowls. We'll want to see his fitness levels, because you are banking on Hardik. Shardul is in the reserves. Deepak is in the reserves. You are banking on Hardik as your 4th fast bowler. So clearly he has a very, very important role. So these are, that's why I was asking the question that can it help you finalize the team? Ashwin, if he has a good Delhi Capitals season, I think Ashwin should play the first team. Because clearly the grounds will be big and tired, the pitches are tired, and Ravichandran Ashwin can bowl power play, can bowl at the depth, can bowl middle overs, can be a very important asset for this Indian team in the IPL. In the World T20. That's how it is. Most of the other teams don't ignore a Bangladesh or even an Afghanistan. Every team has quality leg spinners, and on those pitches, these spinners will big time come in handy, whatever anybody comes and tells you. That is why the 5 spinner choice, while it may sound very strange on paper, is absolutely not a bad call. Absolutely not a bad call. So these were the 2 fundamental points I wanted to discuss with you on the show. The transformation of Rohit Sharma, according to me, is the most fascinating story of somebody reinventing the wheel. Fascinating story. I mean, the moment you hear these stories, obviously you understand that, people who have access are telling you. Respect for this man clearly goes up. Clearly goes up. That, the desperation to do well, the keenness to do well, the keenness to do well, the determination to do well is fantastic to see for Rohit Sharma. Absolutely fantastic to see for Rohit Sharma. That makes a big difference to me. And, when I see a player, Rohit Sharma naturally is an attacking batsman, has all the shots in the book. Many thought he will come and bat like Virendra Sehwag even in test matches. And that was the impression, that he will bring his white ball game to the red ball game. Did any of us even think that he will bat the way he did in England? Have we even put our minds to it, that what it takes to bat like that? And for me, nation is, that's it. No franchise cricket can ever come close to playing for your country. Ever. Any player, whoever it is in the world, if you do not play for your country, then you aren't doing full justice to maybe your potential or your talent, whoever you are. You can troll me for saying this, I don't care. Ultimately, if you are playing sport, you have to excel for your country. That's what matters. For me, Rohit stands out because 5 championships for Mumbai Indians and IPL and all of his white ball exploits. The way he rediscovered himself for test match cricket, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let me take some more questions, because some of you are saying that I don't take questions. Dhananjay, Boria sir, koi jab milega aapke channel par, I don't have journalism degree but can do cricket related work very well. जॉब मिलेगा भाई, मैं जॉब तो नहीं दे सकता आपको, बट आप मेरे शो में जरूर आ सकते हो और उसके बारे में मैं अभी जिक्र करने वाला हूँ. When will we expect final scoreline? Not immediately, because clearly Saurabh will go to England. There's a back channel talk already on Ravi Shah. ICC will have to deliberate. Not exact. I think, if you ask me, Ravi, honestly, candidly, I think the back channels will work. You're thinking on captaincy nowadays, this is on fire. Hello, let me put this to rest once and for all. Figment of imagination cannot be a story. Okay, that is the point. Let us leave it at that. We know we have a captain, we have a vice captain. We have already heard BCCI clarifications on the matter. I know journalists also have their sources. And I have respect for everybody in my profession, because ultimately it is a profession where people want to excel and people want to do well. But more than that, let us not get into that, because I don't think there is a story there. And I have shown you multiple times over the last 5-6 days. So that story is a non-starter as far as I am concerned. Will there be quarantine coming to IPL after CPL? Yes, bubble to bubble, but maybe good question actually. Initially when I was told, it is going to be a bubble to bubble transfer. It is going to be a bubble to bubble. Though the Indian players are being made to quarantine 6 days, Australians made to quarantine 6 days, Sachin and people, whoever's traveled from India. But the CPL boys, it will be a bubble to bubble. So it will be, I think it will be different. Should Virat be opening? I think IPL will to a degree decide that. That's a very good question. Who was that? Who was that? I sort of missed out. Who asked that question? Mojo R's diary. That's actually a good question. That should Virat be opening? IPL will to a degree give us an answer as to what will happen. Ravi Shah, next series, South Africa. Dhoni retire immediately after IPL to avoid conflict. That is a way forward, Bhashar, to eliminate that conflict point. But so far, we haven't heard from the board, and there is no ethics officer at this point in time. So it's a protest letter, because you cannot lodge a formal complaint in the absence of an ethics officer. What if Ishant has a good IPL, Pant has a below par? I still don't think Pant will be not part of the playing 11 from what we have seen in recent times. Ishan, they have considered Ishan as a third opener. That's what they have considered Ishan for, and they might just unleash Ishan at the top of the order. Hasaranga can be an X factor for RCB. Yes, Hasaranga has been excellent for Sri Lanka. Excellent. Anil Chauhan, transformation of Rohit Boriada can affect it. See, anyone who is in that zone, Anil Chauhan, of course, I mean, imagine in what zone this man is. And he is perhaps playing some of the best cricket he has ever played. So absolutely, I think this is his time. This is his time in that sense for Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma missed out on the 2015 World Cup. He played outstandingly well in the quarters. Missed out 2019 World Cup. You know what a World Cup win means to him. I can tell you what he told me when we spoken multiple times on this. He said, "Boriada World Cup जीतता है. अगर हम World Cup भी जीतते तो वो 500 का कोई मायना नहीं." So that is the point. Should India have gone in with an extra pacer? I've addressed that. They're thinking Hardik will bowl 4. That is their logic, Sitesh Kumar Panda. Niranjan, what is if your 11 World Cup starts tomorrow? It is not starting tomorrow. That is why the IPL performance is important. Today, it can be a different 11. Rituvan, could you brief on what a role of a mentor? See, however much, let's be clear on one thing. MS is a terrific addition. But ultimately, it will be the team that will go out and play. Whoever is the mentor, whoever can be the mentor, it will be a limited role. Unfortunately, MS is such an emotion. No, it will be like this, that if India wins the World Cup, we will say MS has won the World Cup. If India loses the World Cup, we will say Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri. That's the nature of the game. If India loses the World Cup, it is because of the captain, coach and the team. If India wins the World Cup, it is also because of the captain, coach and the team. MS will be mentored, have that calming influence in the dressing room, but that's what it is. He's not going out and wicket keeping and playing. So let us be a little clear about that. Surya Kumar Yadav should bat at 3. By the way, you mentioned Surya Kumar Yadav. It is his birthday today. Surya, wish you a very happy, healthy and safe birthday. Make this World Cup your own. Make this World Cup your own. You have the ability and the talent. Absolutely, you have the ability and the talent. Okay, let me now outline what my IPL plan is. I have tweeted yesterday and you all have seen this. For me, the IPL is about fans. World Cup for me is nationalist cricket. It's a different format. The IPL is what it is because you and me, the fans of the game, consume this tournament. Consume this tournament. Mumbai versus Chennai, RCB versus Chennai. That's what makes the tournament what it is. IPL on Sports Today will be about fans. IPL on Sports Today will be about you guys expressing yourselves on my show. I have already been approached by the host broadcaster that there are these super fans, and I promise you I'll get all of these super fans on my show. I have been approached by several people that, oh, look, these are the fans. I'll get them on my show. People like Jones and Mufa and people, Kostav, I will get them on my show. You all recommend. As I said, from the host broadcaster, I've been approached saying, they have these super fans, and these fans ought to be celebrated. I will get each of these fans on my show right through the IPL. IPL on this particular platform will be a celebration of cricket and fandom. That is what it will be. We will hear from the experts during commentary. We will hear expert comments there. But as far as pre-match, post-match, our special shows are concerned, my focus will be on fandom. This is your platform. I want a Mufa versus a Johns, sort of be on the show for an RCB versus Chennai. I want a Pawan and someone else be for a show between MI and DC. You all will tell me who these fans are because I don't know everybody. As I said, I have been pointed out some super fans, and I will get all of them, all these super fans into my show. So that is what it is. Over the next couple of days, you all will tell me who these super fans are. And my colleague Trisha and my backend team, Rajoshi, my colleagues, they will reach out. This is a celebration of cricket and fandom on this particular platform right through the month of the IPL. That is what it will be. And I'm very clear about it. We'll celebrate sport. We'll celebrate fandom. I hope I have made myself very clear. That's all I wanted to share with you on today's show. I loved Rohit's attitude. I was delighted with the way Rohit prepared, and I'm making no qualms about it. Delighted. That's why I celebrated Rohit. I think IPL will be an important platform to give us an index. Someone like an Ishan, someone like a Surya, someone like, how Hardik's bowling will give us an index going forward into the World Cup. Very important index. And the coverage from my standpoint on Sports Today will be about you all, the fans of the game. So you all will tell me who these fans are. Hope you enjoyed this particular edition. Thank you very much for watching. Support Sports Today because this is your platform. Thanks for being there.